God fucking damn Steam sales. Fucking Steam sales. And my morbid fucking curiosity. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 1. I can't believe myself sometimes. Let's go! Lovely. So, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. What can I say that hasn't already been said by a dozen or so other Sonic fans who could say it probably far better than I? This game is actually not good. Oh. You know what? It even baffles the ever-living crap out of me to this day that there even exists a Sonic the Hedgehog 4 in the first place. Because, you know, I don't know. It just never occurred to me that the world wanted, needed, or could even begin to give the slightest of damns about a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Knuckles. Because, quite frankly, I think it did its job fine enough. We don't need any more. We've reached an era where 2D Sonic, that whole time period, Sonic 4, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, whatever needed. Retro revival age, I guess. Because that's what people freaking wanted. Ever since people started doing retro revival games, okay, yeah, fine, yeah, sure. We'll go with that. But I'll be frank, the retro revival scene never really sat well with me in general. Like, let's not... like, I'm not gonna make any excuses here. A lot of the reasons I didn't care for a Sonic 4 was because I just wasn't into the whole retro revival ideal in general. It just, to me... this stuff just doesn't... You know, I don't know about anyone else, but to me, it just didn't go away, so why revive it? And even if you're gonna revive it, why are you gonna half-ass it like this? Give it the Sonic fucking Rush engine! And make the physics all wonky and stuff. I don't even know at this point, because it just... Okay. You know, Dimps, they worked on the Sonic Advance series that I feel far more worth my time to revisit. But here I am doing this instead. And you know, the Sonic Advance games, they weren't great, but they were good. They worked fine. And, well, up until Sonic Advance 3, at which point, I think the developers went absolutely batshit crazy. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But then they went on and they did Sonic Rush, and it was something that was, for all intents and purposes, the beginning of the Boost era. An era that I had never agreed with in the first place. You know, I like the Boost in the Sonic Advance games. It was fine the way it worked there. But then they introduced a whole gameplay style around Sonic going kaboosh, blasting his face through absolutely frickin' everything like it doesn't frickin' matter. Now what happens? We never give up the fight. Where am I going, even? I mean, we've got this stuff going on here. It's swinging, and lots of swinging, and it makes sense, doesn't it? Everything makes sense. And, you know, again, you know, what I'm doing here... Oh, God, speed shoes! Shenanigans inbound. I'm surprised shenanigans haven't started yet. Oh, good. No shenanigans. But yeah, you look at this. Whoops. God, dispersion block. But yeah, you probably look at this and you think, oh, this doesn't look so bad. There's nothing wrong with it right now. I mean, what are you complaining about? Believe me, I am fighting against the controls here. There is nothing natural about what I'm doing right now whatsoever in terms of the way it feels to me. I mean, just look at the way Sonic accelerates. Does that not feel ridiculously sluggish to you? And, you know, that's me holding the button down. That's not me playing it up. God. Oh, also the fact that we get, you know, it's not that the previous 2D titles lacked the homing attack, you know. I think the homing attack was actually in Sonic Advance 2. But, you know, a lot of the reason the homing attack existed was to compensate for the problems that 3D games would have in terms of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just like, okay, you got this thing where you're Sonic, you do all the things you do in the third dimension and the second 2D and 3D. What's the problem with that? Well, it's imprecise, unfortunately. So what do we do to make up for that lack of precision? We add a homing attack. That way, Sonic can actually hit enemies that he needs to hit. And they sort of turned it into this thing where they turned it into something that did that, where you were basically using speed shoes explicitly for the sake of crossing over gaps by hitting enemies in a sequence. I guess there's something to doing that, but to me, the entire purpose of the homing attack is to counterbalance the imprecision of working in 3 dimensions with a 2-dimensional mindset. And to me, that's just why I like Sonic Adventure in general, is that it does everything right as far as I'm concerned, as far as converting the dimps as far as converting a sort of necessitated mindset of a 3D game from 2D. You know, it succeeds in doing what it needs to do. That's why I like Sonic Adventure so much. That's why it's my 3D Sonic game. My favorite 3D Sonic game. And then you go and take the 3D stuff and you add it back into 2D. And then you realize, oh, it's completely broken. Because, you know, aside from this, where you're chaining enemy things together all the time, god damn it! Because, again, aside from this, where you're just chaining enemies together all the time, and it seems utterly unnecessary to even have level design based around that, as far as I'm concerned. It just makes things too easy. It's just like, the entire point of having the homing attack was to add precision in 3D, what you couldn't do in 2D. Like, if not for the fact that I had to chain myself across a gap. Okay, can I jump into the thing this time? Okay. If not for the fact that they deliberately made that gap the way it was, that I had to use the homing attack chain in order to cross it, I wouldn't. You know, I would just boop into the enemies one after the other. Oh, hell! Okay. Chaos Emeralds. No guarantees. I swear to God. You know, I say no guarantees, but let's be honest. To be honest, oh, God, this is so... Ugh. Yeah, blah. I'm just gonna straight up say I am not going to bother getting all the Chaos Emeralds in this game or either episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog 4, because quite frankly, it's because quite frankly, it is absolutely nauseating, and I don't think I've actually been able to do it in passing. Granted, that would require, because, you know, that would require me to play this game more than 0 times to be able to practice at this. And, oh my God, this is so nauseating. Like, you know, I don't mind the Sonic 1 special stages. The way they are, I don't mind them. I find them fine. The fact that I am moving the special stage around in here, it just turns my brain inside out. Oh, great, we're doing this again. I mean, yeah, homing attack is good for doing, for frick's sake. Dealing with this son of a gun. Whoop. But, you know, just do the thing. You don't need the friggin' homing attack at 2D! You can hit him just fine! Homing attack, you know, in 3D, you could consider it a crutch, but in 2D, it is very definitely a crutch. And that's... I don't know what else to say about it. I don't like having a 2D game where you have a homing attack. Like, at least in the advanced games, what's this? Oh! That's lovely! I totally want to be able to practice special stages! Nah, somebody shoot me in the brain. No. Get me the fuck out of here. I don't know what this is, and I don't care. Because... that was Sonic 4. Episode 1, Part 1 from the Devasia mentality. Next time, maybe, I don't know, I hope not, I just don't want to do this, but here I am doing it anyway. So, whatever the case, thank you all for watching. Remember to follow up on my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. Also, my Discord server is a nice place to get in contact with me if you ever need to. RCFS and out. Where are the cyanide pills?